the reason I said that is because one time I heard a story. I forget who I was watching. It was a podcast or something, and they were talking about you, Jada, and Sheik fighting. And I don't know what rap group y'all were fighting, like another rap group. And they said y'all was swinging and everything, and you were in there saying, "I love this." And I was like, "Who the fuck would say they love to be in a brawl?"
I mean, a good brawl is a good brawl. I'm middle-aged now, so like my bones and body's different. But when you're a young man full of testosterone and, you know, you come from the back blocks and used to brawling and getting jumped, there's nothing appreciated. It's nothing that gets the blood flowing like a good brawl, like a just nice, honest, good brawl.
Okay, without incriminating yourself, what is the most memorable brawl that you love the best? That you just really enjoyed yourself? You said, "This is great."
It was with a guy, I believe. I want to say he was in Miami, and he had a couple dudes with him. I had a couple dudes with me,
right.
and it was either I was gonna brawl or not make it home.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So that was a good brawl because he brought the best out of me. But it was no weapons involved until later, and no guns. But the weapons came later. But it was just somebody I really couldn't physically beat at the time. But I also didn't want to get beat up neither. So it kind of, you know, it was a good brawl. So shout to him. He had a nice, I think he had a Dolphins jersey on. He was like he was swift, fast, sharp, and strong.
But you don't care. You did what you had to do.
Yeah, back then I didn't care. Like that. Like now, peace and blessings. Love is love. Why would I want to get into something like that? Like, I'm gonna get out of there. I'm gonna chill. Unless I'm put in an awkward position where I can't get out of there, then I'm gonna brawl. But younger days, you just want to brawl. That's what brawl. I'm a little guy too, like, you know what I mean? So it was the Napoleon complex, aggravation, anger, chemical imbalance, environmental issues, a whole bunch of things, and I just enjoyed it.
Okay, like it. You enjoy it. You love it. You love it. I like it. We love it. You are on the list of the top 10 rappers that are over 40. You were, I don't know, you think you made number 7 or whatever?
9, I think. I just heard it. I was trying to log on to the video to see who was the 8 before me.
Mm-hmm. I think they said Killer Mike, Pusha T, Hove, somebody. I think it was like 4 or 5. I think he was number 6. I think they may make bigger songs than me or bigger content, but outwork me. No. I don't really think you could find that many 40+ people that can outwork me. Now, make bigger songs, bigger hits, bigger impact. Yeah, I'll go with that. I won't deny them on that. But outwork me? 8 other people before me? I don't see it. No way. No. Listen, you are
no way.
Highly active. You're highly active.
Yeah, I don't see that.
You have a song with that guy Dax Empire, which is talking. What's the name of the song with Dax Empire? Because I listened to it 3 days ago.
Something with Warriors, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Warriors.
Yeah, Warriors Cry.
Yeah, Warriors Cry. And it's talking about being black in America. What is being black in America to you?
Oh, man. We don't got this kind of time on our hands, Scoop.
Oh, we got it.
It depends on what aspect or angle you ask me. Like, you know what I mean? As you, my brother, asking me,
yes.
Man to man, we are kings. Like our ancestors, our forefathers helped build this country. Before that, we come from another great, continent, Africa. And so I feel like a king. But if you was to ask me law-wise, systematically wise, it's fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? So it's a different landscape with that kind of question. Like, what am I and what do I mean to this country? I would tell you everything. We represent pretty much everything that's incredible. From then to now, we played our part in it. Everything that's incredible. So I would say everything, but then when it comes to the laws and the system, I would say nothing.
So what do we need to do? Because we have a little bit of momentum going with the Black Lives Matter movement. What do you think we need to do to just keep this going? Because, of course, we are kind of slighted as people of color in America. What is your game plan? What do you think that we should do? You the man in charge. How would you move?
If I was the man in charge, I would find the top brown, black, educated, empowered people to form some sort of council to where you could delegate the proper things to do at the proper time. I would try to unify the protesters along with the rioters. I would try to unify the poor along with the rich. I would try to unify middle class along with everyone. And then you got to say at the end of the day, I would also try to unify white people are invested in humanity. Like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of mixed babies. What do you say to a mixed baby? You know how many black and white babies there are? White Spanish babies, black Spanish babies, Latin, pardon my French. If I'm saying anything wrong, you guys know what I mean. But you know how many mixed breeds of people there are for racism to still exist this way? So I think the part of the problem for black people, while we deal with racism, is we have no economical power. I think they would kill, Asian people as much as they kill us. I think they would kill Jewish people as much as they kill us. I think they would kill any other race people as much as they kill us if they didn't have economical power. So I believe us as black people, brown people, have to form some sort of economical power. And we got to stop running to the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. Get our leaders to form some sort of party that works for all of us, to where the Democratic and the Republican Party have to see us and we count and we mean something, and like, you know what I mean? I think that's where it starts.
Now, if you want to count the spending power of black people, we outspend everybody. So I think we do have the economic power. Is it
not as a unit? Not as a unit. Not as a unit. Not as a unit. And speaking of that, we need to buy black. You know what I mean? I think it's a lot of things where you have to say, you have to look into the reality of things. I think this is such a long thing. One, I think our black politicians and our black police officers have to check their counterparts. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? The black politicians got to check the white politicians. The black cops got to check the white cops that's out of line. And then when it comes to hood, we got to check ourselves with black on black crime. Like, you know what I mean? And then, so I think it's a multifold, kind of answer here to the question. Like, we got to fight this attack on many different fronts. So I think it's a long, hard fight, but I think it's a fight we could win if we fight smart.
So with Joe Biden saying that you're not black if you don't vote Democrat or vote for Biden, you don't particularly agree with that?
Hell no, I don't buy that at all. I don't buy that at all. I don't want to get the doctor's name. I want to say, I don't know if it's Tisdale or something, but he ran a lot of campaigns. And he basically, I seen him online, and he said, yo, I've won people campaigns, big people. And he basically explained how your vote really means nothing because you hold no economical power. And me I don't want to throw people off, but if you really don't have the money for a lawyer, like I've been in the hood and have money for a lawyer and not have money for a lawyer. When you have money for a lawyer, it's a whole different story. So I think when we have economical power, the judges, the mayors, the councilmen on a local level have to respect us and deal with us if we know what we're doing and not just running out and using the economic power on buying the hottest, latest, dopest shit to stun on the gram. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes we could put our money together and maybe buy a store in the hood or a property in the hood and set up a situation where we could be beneficial somewhere in the long run from it.
Okay, so I want to cover two things with that. we as hip hop artists and hip hop musicians, the majority of the music that we make is about stunting. So how do we change that narrative to get people to think about buying businesses
Balance.
and stuff like that?
You got to balance it out. Like you got to a lot of the music on the forefront is about stunning. There's a lot of great music all over the net from different angles, different aspects, from political to conscious to physically to, caring about who you are. I think we got to stop. This is an ill thing to say at the same time. Stop looking at musicians like they're more than you are as a regular person at home. They eat like you do. They shit like you do. They walk like you do. They bleed like you do. And they sleep like you do. So if I'm making an album you don't like or a song you don't like, starting with myself as StylesP. Don't tune into that shit and tune into somebody who's saying something you could dig and you could vibe with, that's on your vibration at the time. We got to stop looking to mainstream media and what they're supplying us as that's the end all. You know how many artists make conscious music without ever talking about stunting or money or a dollar bill or shaking your ass or twerking or killing anybody? It's a ton of them, but they don't get the spotlight, like, because we don't give them the spotlight. So, that starts there.
You're one of the rare groups that was in what I call, because I was in it too, that was in what I call the machine.
Yeah.
So you were on Bad Boy. You were part of the machine. Like,
yeah,
y'all were making big hits. Mariah Carey, y'all were the Benjamins, whatever. Yet you were still able to have that grounded concept. What is it that you see in terms of the machine that makes these artists want to do that? Do you think they're being pushed by the machine to make a certain kind of music?
They are pushed because the machine controls everything. So how are they not pushed if they want to see? If you want to be successful, you got to kind of run with what the machine does. So a lot of artists are pushed into feeling like I have to be a certain way and do a certain thing to be successful. And then a lot of them don't have that home love that they should have. They don't have that loyalty. Like for me, yeah, even today, like even the people who run the machine and work the machine, I love to do business with them. Some of them are cool people. They ain't all assholes and bad people. But at the end of the day, I never forgot where I'm from and the people from here. I like these people more. They're a little more grounded. They're a little more realistic. They're a little more remembering what life is about. So when you see those people, you hold on to them and you don't forget that. And then you do your best to navigate through the machine and stay grounded while you're in the machine.
And that goes to my next question. You were on Bad Boy. And I will say this, I'll preface this by saying that no Puff Daddy, no Fat Man Scoop. He taught me everything I knew. He was the reason that I wound up getting into the music business. And as you know, Puff is a hit maker, he's a machine maker. How were you able to stay the locks without having to go to that mainstream side? How were you guys able to maintain
confidence in who you are and what you do? Confidence in who you are and what you do, and knowing that it will keep you solid and keep you grounded, because it was like, okay, we could hang with Puff all we want and hear what he's saying and do all he want. But when we go home and we get back into town and we get to the next town and the whole 914, we know how these people live. We know what they've seen. We know what they do. We know how they think. We are these people. So you stay grounded. You stay focused, and you play the balancing act. You're appreciative of being around the machine, but you want to bring that back to your people, and because a lot of people get in that machine, then they can't go home. What fun is that? Like, what fun is that when you come from one place, then you see the machine, you see how it works. You want a lifestyle, you want exotic cars, you want great watches, nice homes, best fashion, great food, but now you can't go back home. It's not even worth it. Play the balancing act.
Range, kitted out, blacked out, drove by. I was like, oh shit, she can lose sit standing right there on the corner, not hiding with your people, nothing. So you literally stay in the hood. You are in the hood. You be in the hood. You have juice stores in the hood. Like you are really still in the mix. Speaking of which, are you? Because I didn't know the difference. Are you vegan or vegetarian? Which is the difference? What's the difference?
No, I like to call myself. I mean, you could call me vegan. I just say I'm plant-based though. I don't like to say I'm vegan because one thing, most people who say they're vegan, I do not eat any animals. I don't eat anything that swim, crawls, walk, flies, farts, or fucks. Like
thank you.
Besides plants, like you know what I mean. But I think when you say you're a vegan, I don't say I'm a vegan for the one thing. I'm a black man. So most vegans, they don't wear leather, they won't eat honey, and they fight for the rights of all animals. One day, I hope to advance to be able to feel comfortable to fight for the rights of animals. But as a brown man, as a black man, we don't have equality. I have to worry about my son going out. My wife, my mother, anything. Police will violate anything with a dark color. So when we get beyond that, I will call myself a vegan and fight for the rights of animals. But for right now, my focus is on the equal right of man, woman, and human first. But I do not eat animals. And one day I hope to fight for their rights. I swear I do. But until we have our rights first, I got to focus on this fight. When that happens, which I'm hoping it will happen and confident that one day it'll all be equal, then I'm gonna fight for the animals too. So I don't call myself a vegan. I just say I'm plant-based.
Okay. Speaking of vegan, plant-based, healthy, whatever, you have juice stores. Where are your juice stores exactly?
We got two in the Bronx, one on Castle Hill, 1028 Castle Hill Avenue, one on Tremont, East Tremont, one on Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, Malcolm X Ave.
I go to Castle Hill.
211, and then you could go to right here, 211 Nepperhan. 277 Malcolm X in Bed-Stuy, 211 Nepperhan in Yonkers, 1028 Castle Hill, and East Tremont, and also right around the corner from Castle Hill.
What got you into doing juicing and having a juice bar?
Looking for balance. Looking for balance and looking for some sort of peace. You know, as a rapper, you're on a road a lot. You live a very fast life as an entertainer, period. Then as a street dude, you live a very fast life. So I kind of was just looking to get back to the roots of eating fruits, vegetables, being calm, drinking things that were good for me, and being around level-headed people that were from different backgrounds from me. And my partner, Nye, that's how I started. I started going to, Fruits of Life on 125th between Park and Madison.
Yes.
I was just chilling there, just visit all the time. And then eventually I became part of it, and we opened one up in the Bronx, and then two in the Bronx, then one in Yonkers, then one in Brooklyn, and Pharmacy for Life. If you haven't checked it out, that's Pharmacy with an F, Pharmacy for Life. We sell black seed oil, oil of oregano, sour sap, sea moss, just things to keep you healthy and keep you balanced. When you live a fast life, I'm not like the typical health person, and I'm not trying to beat you in your head. I'm not trying to make you feel bad about whatever you're doing. I just say practice balance, man. A lot of us drink, a lot of us smoke, a lot of us don't sleep, a lot of us have a lot of sex, a lot of us are running our bodies into the ground. So just put some good in your body.
Right. Okay, now, well, hold on. Before you go there, are you saying that sex is bad, sir?
No, I think sex is great for you, but I think if you're having a lot of sex and not putting the right nutrients in your body, and you get to a certain age, you got to make sure you balance that out and put the right things in you so you can keep having good sex. No, I think sex is great for you. Release endorphins. You want to have a lot of sex, but you want to make sure that you it's healthy.
I want to beat it up. Two more questions about that, and then I'm gonna go somewhere else. What can you tell people? Because I'm just to preface this, I am a big juice guy. Every day I have juice with sea moss, black seed oil. I've been doing that for a long time. What can you tell people that they can get and put into their bodies to help them with the coronavirus?
That would be vitamin C. That would be like if you want to. I would say for coronavirus, if you wondering what fruits and veggies you should drink, you definitely want a lot of greens. You want kale, spinach, whatever green you could put in your body. You want to take wheatgrass. On the side of that, you definitely want I would say I would wake up if you're worried about corona and you got a juicer, orange, lemon, grapefruit, kale. I would do an orange, lemon, grapefruit, ginger, turmeric drink every morning. Then I would do like a kale, green apple, ginger every afternoon to chase it. You'd be all right.
Yeah, I like what you talk about. I'm a green apple, cucumber, ginger, parsley, and lemon guy. So, and I do that, and I mix it.
Bomb.
It with the sea moss and the black seed oil. Boom, shoot that down twice a day.
Good money.
Yeah, that's
good money.
Good money. You're
good money.
Speaking of the coronavirus, what are your thoughts on this, man? Do you feel it's a pandemic or is it a pandemic? What do you feel?
I feel it's a pandemic.
Okay.
I feel like they planned this pandemic. You know what I mean? I feel like it's definitely it's a long thing to get into, but all you got to do is start picking up your phone, start researching names you hear, start looking back to who's getting funded for what, why they're getting funded, when they're getting funded, who they got funded by. You know, it's a lot of information out here, and we just choose to take what we hear from the news all the time. I say listen to the news, and then do your own research, because I really feel like, how could we not feel like it's a plan? How could you actually not feel like this was planned? How is it that random? Why can't the Republicans and Democrats get together as one union to say, hey, we've never witnessed nothing like this in our lives? Just say, like, all right, fuck it, Scoop, let's get raw. Let's say you're the head of the Democrats, right? I'm the head of the Republicans, right?
Mm-hmm.
A virus hits that we have never heard or seen about do these kind of numbers. Now, they know about the coronavirus because it's just a new strain. Now, a new virus hits. How are politics involved, and we worried about who fixes it how if nobody planned it? Wouldn't we both be worried to death and just say, let's fix this shit and get back to politics later? Wouldn't politics be the last thing we are worried about? I'm just saying common sense shit. That would be the last things on our mind, because you know why? Both our families could die. The virus is not worried about your political views.
Nope.
So did they know the virus was just going to kill old people and people with, pre-existing conditions? Or did they not? I don't know. These are things you have to ask yourself.
It's definitely a lot to think about. And the thing that I had, and people, I'm going to preface this by saying this. I had a conversation on the phone with Styles, and we were talking about a comment that he made maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And the comment was that Styles said he felt that if Donald Trump did not get elected again, we would be in a worse place than we are now. And that was a very ballsy thing to say, especially being in hip-hop and black. And I asked him why he said it. So I'm just going to re-ask that question. You know, you said if Donald Trump does not get elected again, we will be in a worse place. Why do you feel that way?
Because I feel like we as black people, we always just run and say whatever the Democrats are saying is right. Like, you know what I mean? We don't question their motives. We don't question their history. We don't question the past bills they have done. All we see is that we think somebody's cool with us, and as black people, we're cool. Now, as I asked you on the phone, Trump has been racist. I don't like Trump. I don't like Hillary either. But as a black man, when I ask myself, all right, what's all the shit Trump said about us? He said about, okay, he said Obama questioned his birth certificate, said kill the Central Park Five, you know, but he's a racist that I could see coming. He's telling me he's racist. He's not hiding it from me. Now, when I asked you on the same side, Scoop, do you remember when Hillary Clinton called us super predators? When she called the black man a super predator, said we are super predators. Do you remember when Bill Clinton was okay and was against with the 3 strikes? People are still locked up from the 3 strikes right now. As me and you are online talking. That's under Democrats. That's under Hillary. So I think we often keep running to this party shit. Like I told you earlier, we need our own party. We need our own party. I feel like if Joe Biden wins this, which he pretty much might win, Bill Gates got control over Joe Biden. He could probably, Joe Biden's going to do what Bill Gates says, Hillary Clinton says, Obama says, right off top, whether we like it or not. Like, we got to just stop thinking as black people, we got to keep running to this party, man. Like this, like, you find out, you go watch the 13th on Netflix, everybody. You go see what Hillary Clinton said about black men. Just because that man ate fried chicken, hung out in Harlem and played the sax, he still fried a lot of us, man. A lot of us. And people often forget about that. People often forget about once you hear somebody say, hey, okay, we with you. I prefer the person that's going to tell me I don't like you. So I can keep watching you and see what you're doing. Instead of the person that's going, hey, I fuck with you. I like you. Yeah, we fuck with y'all. And then shit on you later. We could have all, I don't know what would have happened vaccine-wise. And I think Trump, I think they got control over him too. I think he's just such a narcissist, racist prick that he cared about white people. He didn't give a fuck about us, but he didn't want that regular white man in Ohio and Michigan and all them other places to have to suffer. He want to do better than him, but he don't want him to suffer. So you got to kind of pay attention. If you was the president and I was the top doctor in the world, why wouldn't we be on the same page? What is happening? Why are we not on the same page? I don't know the reasons why, but it scares the fuck out of me and makes me go question everything. Why when you turn to Fox and you turn to CNN, it's going to be 2 totally different stories. What do we have to say? We got to question everything, bro. At least I do. I got to say, I'm worried, man. I don't trust neither one of them parties. I don't trust the blue. I don't trust the Republicans, and I tell you, fuck them. But I don't trust the Democrats, and I tell you, fuck them just as much, bro. Because you know why? How much has anything changed?
I'll tell you this.
Tell me.
I'll tell you this. I do a lot of talking, and I talk a lot of shit throughout this Instagram broadcast. This is one of the few times that I have not said one word. I am sitting here listening to you because I'm just ingesting this all. I do agree with what you say. When a man tells you what he is, at least you know what he is.
At least you know.
At least you know what he is. I have to look at that now.
Now let me ask you something else, Scoop. Let me ask you something else. Now just as layman's terms, not even getting too deep, right? Why the fuck are we questioning, or why is all this shit about Biden's racism or the shit that he says questionable of? Why are we questioning it now? How the fuck we didn't know that when he was Obama's number 2? You tell me. Why?
I have nothing for you, sir.
Why? Now we questioning it. Now we questioning it. Why we didn't do that when he was with the brother? I mean, I don't know. I mean, these are things that just scare me, man.
So
I'm scared. I'm scared, bro. I would hope that all the intelligent, wealthy, brown people of the world and white people of the world who wanted to be fair and believe in equality and believe in their Bible and you know, believe in their higher power. I would hope they want to do something about it. Like how many people believe in Jesus, or they say they believe in Jesus, or they Catholics or Christians and this, but they still racist. Fuck politics before we even get there. How do you believe in a higher power, but you still racist? What higher power you believe in? Like, you know, before we even get to that part. And then how the fuck are we even counting on black politicians when they can't even say nothing about the racist shit that they hear and see every day? I don't know. What about black media? I can't even, like, when I watch somebody black on Fox, I feel bad for them. I'm not even mad at them no more. I feel bad for them. I'm like, damn, you got to be at work, and you know they think you a nigga. You know they think you lesser. How do you live with that? Like, how do you soak that up? How do you, as a black cop, walk in a police station and know that the white chief think you less of a man than he is? Then if we really had a scoop, like, here we go. Fuck it, man. I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to just say this. Democrat, whether you want to be a Democrat or you want to be a Republican, if you go look up in the Constitution right now, me and you is 3/5 of a man, Scoop. They ain't changed that yet. Blue nor red. Yet. They didn't change that yet. Wouldn't you say that needs a remix? Wouldn't the Constitution need a remix to say, at least acknowledge anybody who's brown as a whole human being first and foremost?
It needs a Fat Man Scoop remix. It needs a Missy Elliott and Fat Man Scoop remix. It needs a Locks remix. It needs a Puff Daddy. It needs a political remix.
Can I ask you this right now, Democrat or Republican? Are we considered the whole man in the Constitution right now? Or are we still 3/5? And you want me to run out and be red or blue? Are you fucking serious? I'm cool, bro. I'm cool. Make some new shit that's going to make sense. Everything over the years. You left. Now you want to be more real about it. Let's talk about it. Clothes, sneakers, automobiles, food, books. You fucking name it. It's been advanced. Me and you are talking on the phone, looking at each other. But that Constitution that was made by all white men, on top of black people, they ain't even respect women. It's still a fucking same.
I can't even. What am I supposed to
It's from the 1800s, bro. Or what is it, 17, 18? I don't even fucking know. Right now, me and you could get in our car, and the car could park itself. You could talk to your watch and make a phone call. You could send a song across the country in less than 30 seconds.
10.
3. But the Constitution's the same. Nah, bro. And you want me to be a Democrat or Republican? Nah, bro.
So then
let's figure something out. Let's figure all something. I don't know, because I'm not one of, I'm going to say this while I'm on here. I'm not sure if I'm one of the people smart enough to do it. I know my heart's in a good place. But get Neil deGrasse. Get Oprah. Get, you know, all the top. Get the top blacks. Sit them in a room. And make up some black shit that's going to work. If you know, you still black. If you didn't have to sell that black card out. Like, who the fuck knows? I don't know. I just know what's not right. Like, you know what I mean? And I know everything that's ever become better has evolved. How is the Republican or Democrat Party going to evolve if the Constitution hasn't? It doesn't even make sense. You know, it's not even right. It's not even doesn't. If you want to start with the basics, that's the basics. That's the basics.
I'll tell you like this. I am a man that says, and I've been saying this for a couple of weeks now, I don't listen to this, I don't listen to this. I take information from here, I take information from here, I take information from people who are not paid to give me the information, and then I sit and I make my best judgment with all the information in front of me. So that's how I think. That's how I process information. You have now taken it one step further with what you just said. So now I have to go and process that. Is there anything, because I can't even talk about music anymore. This got so deep I can't even talk about music anymore. Is there anything that you want to leave people with that they can go Google, research, whatever, to change their mind state? Because I think that everybody who's on here right now has definitely had something to really think about.
I mean, use your own judgment. I think we are so taught to use other people's judgments. Like if you're a Democrat, you're gonna turn on CNN, NBC or whatever it is, listen to the Democrat side. If you're a Republican, you're gonna turn on the Fox and you're gonna hear all they say, and try to absorb information from every aspect and every angle you possibly can. If you're a black man, sometimes tune into Fox News, try to watch it from a white man's perspective. If you're a white man, try to tune in to watch news from a black man's perspective. Like, you know what I mean? And I think if we start just looking at, stop going so, trying to dive in so deep, just start asking yourself normal, simple shit. Like, how does this even make sense? Like this, how, like if you start asking yourself normal, simple questions before you get too far deep, like simple questions like, why the fuck is anybody pushing racism when you can't even count how many half black and white black babies there are in the world? What's the purpose? Who's behind it? What's the agenda? Like, you know what I mean? Why are the Republicans and Democrats beefing during a crisis where so-called we could be wiped out? What the fuck is the reason why? And trying to think about it. Like, I think you got to start asking yourself normal questions. Like, why, how are we going to have equality if a black cop can't say shit in his precinct? If a black politician can't say shit to his white politician, how are we going to even get to this point? Like, so I think it's normal questions that we don't even ask ourselves. That's the beginning, the basics. I think, but they worried about the voting things. What's going on? Like, what's happening? What kind of virus we in? If they worried about if they willing to open the schools, why did the CDC jump from not opening schools to kids get it to kids don't get it? We can open schools back. What? Who the fuck is in charge? Nobody really knows. Then you got to ask yourself, why didn't they put all doctors on the news during the pandemic? Who are we getting our information from? A tech guy who invested in vaccines, politicians, and media people. How much information from doctors have you heard besides Fauci? When's the last time you heard a doctor to tell you boost your fucking immune system on Fox, CNN, NBC, ABC, any of them? And how often? Why isn't that running across the screen every day? Drink orange juice, take vitamin A, take vitamin B, C, D, E, sweat, stretch, go breathe, take your mask off when you're not around anybody. Where is this shit at, bro? Y'all got it, like, I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. I just know we in a very dangerous times, and all everybody's gonna fucking worry about is likes, TikTok versus Kanye, Trump, when they already know he's racist. They got so many distractions for you not to pay attention to the most simple shit that they throw in your face. If it's so fucking deadly, why are they sending the babies to school? You tell me. That's common sense. Fuck all the deep shit. If it's that deadly and you don't want people to vote, why are you gonna send them kids back to school? I don't know. It's crazy.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. You have now made it, sir, that I am going to go downstairs at 8:45 this evening, and I am going to roll in my bed, up and down my bed until about fucking 3 o'clock in the morning before I go to sleep. Thank you for keeping me up half the night. I appreciate that. Whew, you done gave me a lot to think about. Tell me what you'd like to say before you get out of here, brother. I'm going to get on out of here.
What I would like to say is for all of us, whether you are black, white, any other color indifferent, we are all human beings. Whether you're in the government, you're not in the government, the energy that's needed is for you to be calm, stay safe, boost your immune system, and spread kindness to all other people, no matter who they are, what they are. We are in the information age. If you had good information, please spread it out and just be kind to people. We are in a fucked up time period. I would guess really just be kind and be cool to other people and be kind and cool to yourself and try to take care of yourself and your loved ones and be the best you could be and use your brain without people steering you how to use your brain. Like, think for yourself on a lower level about just normal shit. Like, ask a lot of questions.
There you go, brother. I love you, man. We'll talk.
I love you more, baby. Love, baby.
God bless. That's
God bless.
That's StylesP, man. You know, I'm going to turn back on the commenting. I need to take about 3 minutes. Now, listen, I usually go for my ignorance juice, but in this particular situation, this is not ignorance juice. I need to just take something to drink, man.